Hello, welcome to this meditative life. I'm Myoshin Kelley, and I would like to share a little bit about this group and my motivation for doing this. Recently, I have been through a big change in my own life. I now find myself semi-retired, and therefore I have a bit more space. Knowing my time on this planet is limited, I was looking towards what is important to me and how do I want to use my time. A couple of things came to mind. First, I need to continue my own practice to be able to face the challenges of this time, the aging process, and all that brings with it. As I am aging, I want to keep looking to anything that I am hanging on to that I can't take with me when I die. I also simply want to do the best that I can with this precious life. And this is not devoid of the world around me. I care deeply for this planet and all the beings that inhabit it, and the future generations that we are stewards of this beautiful planet for. I don't have the answers or many of the skills that the world needs right now, but I realized that I do know something about our inner worlds and the exploration of this. And this feels really essential in the midst of turmoil, or we will simply keep planting seeds of greed, anger, and confusion. And I have seen from my own experience how little things that we can do have a strong impact. Years ago, I first encountered meditation in high school, where at the end of one physical education class, I did 1 minute of meditation. And from there, a lifelong path began. I am quite sure the person leading the class would never know just how impactful that 1 minute of meditation might be. Nor did I realize then how this was something that would come to the center of my life and feel like it was the nurturing of my own homing instinct. It has, like life, had many ups and downs to it. At first, it was very rocky. I learned from books, and you might say I was a dabbler. At times, I felt like I was sitting on the edge of my seat, witnessing the unfolding of my mind, opening new doors, and astounded. And at other times, I wondered why I even bothered to meditate. Once when I was at such a crossroad, a teacher had said to me, "Just treat it as a scientific experiment." Thus, I became an inner scientist that also listened to and was responsive to the unfolding of the heart. With all of this, meditation developed into something central in my life. It helped me to feel more alive, with more capacity to be with the ups and downs of life, to be with a level of sensitivity that had been excruciating at other times, and to find a bit more balance with all of this. This came from following in the footsteps of many great teachers and the practices that they have taught me. It allowed me to gain more confidence in touching into beautiful qualities that are within all of us. On this journey, I have found that there's many cycles, that if I keep practicing, my pathway opens up. And what I realized is that it could be I would spend a lot of time in retreat, and then it would shift. The learning and growth came from being out in the midst of my daily life. And then I'd find myself back into retreat. And at one point, I realized it was not enough to go into retreats and have powerful experiences and then come back and lapse into this small, habituated me. I needed to practice in a way that would touch all aspects of my life. I've also grappled with the ideas about how my life should look, Over the years, I've heard from others about the challenges of meditating in a world of ever-increasing needs and thinking, oh, only I didn't have these responsibilities, then I could practice. And it's so easy to have models that come from great spiritual teachers that were reclusive and spent many years in retreat. And the transformation they experienced was phenomenal. Yet we have this life we are in, where we might have partners, families, jobs, and responsibilities to those around us. And it just doesn't look the same for us. It has been the greatest delight to meet Mingyur Rinpoche, who over and over again asks us to apply these teachings in our daily lives. And it was through working for Tergar and being cast out into the world to lead programs where I realized the importance of being at home, wherever I am. Often I traveled alone, and this became a practice for me. It put me in unknown situations where staying present and connected was a necessity. As I found myself waiting in airports, sometimes for many hours, or sitting on a plane on the runway, it became my place of practice. And this could include anything from being with my own emotions as delays happened, or finding myself in uncomfortable situations with others, with their anger, their aversion, and being able to practice helped me to find some level of balance and diminish my reactivity. The places I went to also provided opportunities to practice, like walking down streets where nobody speaks the same language. I'd find myself practicing loving kindness, compassion for a sense of connection. Or one day I found myself traveling alone in India, and suddenly a delay meant I couldn't go on to my destination. I was in an area of high crime with few women on the streets, and it took everything I had learned about practice to keep my wits about me and keep my heart open so as not to collapse into fear. Fortunately, I can say there was a little man who became my outer guardian angel while I practiced with my inner world. So I want to keep exploring how meditation, which is often compartmentalized, can keep that central place in my life. When I was young, I was very passionate about meditation, and I don't think this is the word I would use now. There is more of a quiet contentment that I don't want to see move into complacency, so this intrigues me, and I'm interested to see how practice unfolds from this place. What will inspire me or pull on my heart when life is so short? I also want to share this exploration with others. I know I learn so much from listening to people, and often am inspired by others' courageousness, willingness, and dedication. So how can we explore this in a way that brings meditation into our daily life, that keeps us on track with what is meaningful and allowing us to open into our full potential? We might not have the possibility to practice in a cave or even to go to a longer retreat. Yet the calling of our hearts is really true, and the longing to be at home within our own being. So how can we support ourselves in this awakening as an ordinary human being amidst our everyday tasks? If we can join together, support each other, it can give us a sense of awakening together. So I would like to invite you into this exploration. In coming weeks, I will be posting short teachings each week, along with reflection questions, a live guided meditation session, and the opportunity to come together as a group once a month. Periodically, I hope to also offer online courses. So, hoping you will join me in this exploration if it feels of interest to you.